Everyone keeps saying France are going to win this World Cup. The bookmakers agree, the pundits agree. Half the internet has already written the headline. And honestly, if you just looked at the odds, you would probably agree too. But here is what all of them are getting wrong. And by the end of this video, you are going to see exactly why Brazil are the team lifting that trophy on July 19th at MetLife Stadium. Now look, I know exactly what you are thinking right now because you have been here before. You have picked Brazil, you have believed in Brazil, and then you watched them get humiliated 7-1 on home soil in 2014 in one of the most painful nights in football history. And then in Qatar just 2 years ago, you watched them go out on penalties to Croatia in the quarterfinals when the whole tournament was there for the taking. So yes, the skepticism is completely fair, and I am not going to pretend it isn't, but 24 years without a trophy, and this is genuinely the most dangerous Brazil squad the world has seen in a long time. So let's get into why. Vinicius Junior is the most exciting attacking player on the planet right now. Not one of them, the most. And if you have watched him at Real Madrid over the past 3 seasons, you already know that when this man gets the ball in space with a defender in front of him, the outcome is almost always the same, because backing against Vinicius in a one-on-one situation is like backing against the protagonist in an action movie. It just does not end well for the other side. He came through Flamengo as a teenager. Real Madrid paid a massive fee for a 17-year-old nobody outside Brazil had seen, and he has since won Champions League titles, finished second in the Ballon d'Or, and built a highlight reel that makes opposition coaches genuinely nervous in their pre-match preparation. And the thing people are sleeping on is that Vinicius is not carrying this attack alone, because alongside him, you have Rafinha pulling the strings after 2 of the best seasons of his career at Barcelona.
Pero chicos, ¿pero qué pasa aquí? ¿Pero qué está pasando? Bueno, pero
¡Golazo de Rafinha!
pero es que tú has visto el centro de la mí.
Bueno.
Pero tú has visto el centro de la mí.
And then there is 19-year-old Endrick, who plays with a maturity and directness in front of goal that most players do not develop until their mid-20s. And when you think about facing that front line as a defender in a knockout game with everything on the line, it is not a comfortable thought. Now, here is the villain in this story, and his name is Kylian Mbappe, because France are the one team in this tournament with the attacking firepower to genuinely hurt Brazil. Mbappe scored twice in their opening match and looked absolutely devastating on the counter. And if these two sides meet in the knockout rounds, which the way this draw is shaping up looks very likely, it will be one of the great modern World Cup highlights that people talk about for years. Mbappe against Vinicius, the two most electric forwards in world football on the same pitch in an elimination game. But here is what nobody is saying about France, and this is the part that matters. They are an elite attacking team built around a defensive structure that genuinely struggles against relentless pace and movement in behind. And Brazil might be the fastest team in this entire tournament from front to back. There is Alisson Becker. And remember right at the start when I mentioned Croatia and penalties in Qatar, that defeat hurt for a very specific reason, because Brazil did not get the goalkeeper moment that changes everything. And in knockout football, those moments are the difference between a semi-final and a flight home. And this time with Alisson in goal, one of the 2 or 3 best goalkeepers in this tournament, a man who has already proven at Liverpool that he can produce the save that wins a season, Brazil have that assurance that they simply did not have in Qatar. Behind all of it sits Carlo Ancelotti, 5 Champions League titles, a man who already managed half of this squad at Real Madrid and knows exactly how to keep a dressing room full of massive personalities focused and composed when a tournament reaches the stages where the pressure becomes almost unbearable. And if you think about every manager who has ever won a World Cup, the one thing they all shared was that they had already done it at the highest level of club football, and Ancelotti's CV makes almost every other coach in this competition look thin by comparison. Here is where I land after all of that, Brazil make the final, and if Vinicius plays the way he plays on the biggest Champions League nights under the lights at the Bernabeu, nobody in this tournament has an answer for them. And when we get to the quarterfinals, come back to this video, because if I am right, you heard it here first, and if I am wrong, the comments are right there and I will take every bit of it.